You stop explaining yourself, and people lose control over you. The moment you rush to justify, you hand them the power. A coworker questions your value, and your pulse instantly spikes. Your mind starts racing fast, searching for the perfect defense. You talk too much because silence feels dangerous. But in New York boardrooms, powerful people rarely over-explain. They answer briefly, then let silence do the work. Because confidence stays calm, while insecurity keeps talking. The one defending themselves emotionally already looks uncertain inside. Manipulators know this instinct, and they use it against you. They provoke your emotions just to watch you react. The reaction is the victory, not the actual argument. Most people never notice. They are trapped in emotional survival mode. They apologize too quickly, even when they did nothing wrong. They explain every decision, hoping to avoid rejection. That behavior started early, long before adulthood arrived. Back in school classrooms, you learned approval meant safety. Teachers questioned your actions, and you rushed to defend yourself. Parents demanded explanations, and silence felt like guilt. Now, years later, your nervous system still obeys. Every criticism feels threatening, even from complete strangers online. You start proving your innocence before anyone asks for proof. That energy feels weak, and people can sense it instantly. In Los Angeles social circles, status belongs to the emotionally controlled. The calmest person in conflict usually controls the entire interaction. Not the loudest voice, not the smartest explanation. The person hardest to shake always becomes the strongest presence. Imagine somebody attacks you during a tense family dinner. They call you selfish, expecting instant emotional resistance. The old version of you would immediately start defending yourself. You list sacrifices you made, hoping they finally understand you. But the stronger version does something completely unexpected. You stay still and hold eye contact calmly. No panic in your face, no urgency in your voice, just silence hanging there, like pressure inside the room. That silence changes everything. Because most people fear it deeply, silence forces them inward, and suddenly they feel exposed. Now they start talking nervously, trying to justify their own behavior. Your silence became a mirror, and they hated their reflection. Emotionally reactive people crumble when their target refuses to react, because they wanted emotional control, not honest communication. Silence destroys their script and leaves them psychologically stranded. In Chicago corporate offices, executives use this constantly. Short answers create authority, while over-explaining lowers status. Powerful people understand perception better than emotional people do. They know calm energy creates natural psychological dominance. The more composed you stay, the more unsettling you become. People cannot manipulate someone who refuses emotional bait. And once they fail emotionally, their confidence starts collapsing fast. Sometimes silence alone is not enough to win. Sometimes words become necessary, but never defensive words. That is where strategy matters, more than emotional honesty. When someone insults you, never fight inside their frame. Turn the pressure around without losing your composure. A man says you're greedy, expecting shame to appear. Weak people start explaining why money is not important. But high-status minds respond differently, almost with playful detachment. You're right. I probably charge my own mother rent. Now the tension shifts. Because you refused the insult completely. You turned their weapon harmless by refusing emotional submission. Humor without defensiveness signals psychological self-control. People become uncomfortable quickly when they cannot trigger your insecurity, because insults only work when they touch hidden wounds inside you. If someone calls you stupid and you secretly fear it, you react. If you truly know yourself, the insult loses all power. Secure people rarely panic because they already accepted their flaws. That level of self-awareness makes manipulation almost impossible. Most arguments are not logical. They are hidden power struggles. One person becomes the judge, while the other becomes the defendant. The judge questions aggressively, while the defendant keeps explaining. The moment you over-explain, you unconsciously accept lower status. Strong communicators reverse this without raising their voice. Someone asks aggressively, "Why are you always late?" Instead of defending yourself, you study their emotional reaction. You seem unusually angry about this. What exactly bothered you? Now the spotlight moves from your mistake to their emotions. That shift changes the frame and instantly changes the power balance. People hate being analyzed when they expected emotional weakness instead, especially manipulative personalities who depend on emotional reactions. They lose confidence quickly when you stop behaving predictably. Your calmness frustrates them more than anger ever could. Sometimes the strongest move is simple agreement without shame. Someone says you messed up, and they expect resistance immediately. Instead, you nod calmly and accept only the facts. "You're right. The report had mistakes." No excuses added. No emotional panic attached. You owned the action without accepting their insult. That level of accountability feels extremely powerful to witness. Emotionally mature people admit mistakes without collapsing psychologically. Insecure people fight endlessly, trying to protect a perfect image. But grounded people understand something deeper. Imperfection does not destroy self-worth. The real battle was never external. It was always inside you. The fear of rejection, the fear of being misunderstood, the addiction to approval, the craving to feel validated. Once those chains break, your energy completely changes. You stop chasing acceptance and start protecting your peace. You stop correcting every rumor because your identity feels stable. You stop needing permission to exist confidently in public. That energy becomes magnetic, especially in modern American culture. People are exhausted emotionally from fake confidence and constant performance. Real power feels different, quiet, controlled, and impossible to pressure. For the next 7 days, try something uncomfortable intentionally. Do not over-explain yourself, even in small daily situations. If you're late, simply admit it calmly. If someone misunderstands you, resist the urge to correct them instantly. Feel the anxiety rise without trying to escape it. That discomfort is important because it reveals your dependency on approval. The more you survive silence, the less power people have over you. Eventually, your presence changes, and people begin treating you differently. Not because you became cruel, but because you became emotionally untouchable. You stopped begging for understanding and started respecting your own reality. And once that happens, manipulation becomes far more difficult. You no longer chase closure because confusion no longer scares you. Most people panic in silence because silence exposes emotional dependence. They need constant reassurance to feel emotionally secure around others. But emotionally dangerous people remain calm without external validation. That calmness feels intimidating because it cannot be emotionally controlled. In Miami luxury circles, the most respected people speak the least. They never rush emotionally, and they never overreact publicly. Every word feels measured because emotional discipline became their identity. Meanwhile, insecure people overshare, hoping honesty will earn acceptance. But the world rarely rewards desperation, even when the intentions are pure. People respect emotional control more than emotional transparency. That truth feels uncomfortable, but reality does not reward comfort. The moment someone notices, they can emotionally provoke you easily. They start testing boundaries just to watch your reactions closely. A sarcastic joke appears, followed by a subtle smirk afterward. An ex brings up old mistakes, hoping guilt still controls your emotions. A coworker questions your competence right before an important presentation begins. These are not random moments. They are psychological pressure tests. And most people fail instantly because they react without awareness. They defend their reputation emotionally instead of protecting their emotional state first. That is the trap. People care too much about perception. They fear being misunderstood more than they fear losing self-respect. Strong minds think differently. They prioritize inner stability first. They understand public opinions shift constantly, but emotional self-control lasts forever. In Washington political circles, powerful figures rarely answer everything directly. Sometimes they pause intentionally, letting tension pressure the other side. That pause creates uncertainty, and uncertainty weakens aggressive people quickly, because aggressive personalities depend heavily on predictable emotional responses from others. When you stay emotionally unavailable, their confidence starts disappearing immediately. Now they feel exposed because their manipulation stopped working suddenly. That is why silence feels powerful. It interrupts emotional expectations completely. People become nervous fast when they cannot read your emotions clearly. Your unpredictability creates tension, and tension creates psychological authority. But this only works naturally. If your confidence is genuine internally, fake confidence eventually cracks under enough emotional pressure and stress. Real confidence comes from acceptance, not performance or social approval. You stop pretending perfection and start embracing your imperfect nature fully. That changes everything psychologically, because shame loses its weapon against you. Manipulators survive on shame, guilt, insecurity, and emotional dependency. Take those away, and their influence collapses rapidly. Imagine someone insults your ambition, calling you obsessed with success. Old you becomes defensive instantly, trying to sound humble and harmless. New you smiles slightly, completely unbothered by the accusation. Probably true. I hate living average. Now the energy shifts because you own the attack confidently. Confident ownership destroys manipulation faster than emotional resistance ever will. People expect emotional weakness, not fearless acceptance of criticism. That unexpected response creates confusion, and confusion disrupts social power dynamics. In Boston universities and startups, high performers understand this instinctively. They rarely waste energy trying to convince everyone to like them. They focus on results quietly, while emotionally reactive people keep talking endlessly. The louder someone defends themselves, the more uncertain they usually feel inside. Emotionally grounded people stay brief because their identity feels internally secure. They do not need applause to believe in their own value. That mindset changes relationships deeply, especially romantic relationships in modern America. Many relationships become toxic because both people seek constant validation. Every disagreement becomes emotional warfare. Instead of honest communication, between adults. One partner criticizes emotionally. The other panics and starts over-explaining. Now both people feel frustrated because insecurity controls the interaction completely. But emotionally intelligent people respond differently. They refuse emotional chaos calmly. They acknowledge facts directly without accepting emotional manipulation attached to them. You are upset? And I understand that. Notice the difference carefully. You acknowledged emotion without surrendering control. You did not beg forgiveness, and you did not attack back emotionally. That balanced response feels rare, because most adults never learned emotional regulation. Instead, they learned performance, people-pleasing, and emotional survival behaviors. They became addicted to harmony, even fake harmony built on self-betrayal. That addiction destroys confidence slowly, because authenticity keeps getting sacrificed daily. The strongest people eventually realize peace is more important than approval. Not everyone must understand you, and not everyone deserves access to you. Some people misunderstand intentionally, because misunderstanding gives them emotional leverage. They twist your words strategically, hoping you will panic and explain more. Every explanation feeds them, because emotional reactions reward manipulative behavior. Stop feeding the cycle and watch how quickly dynamics change. Some people will grow angry because they lost emotional access to you. Others will suddenly respect you more, even if they never admit it openly. Because emotionally disciplined people feel rare in a culture obsessed with constant reactions. Social media amplified this weakness, turning emotional reactions into entertainment. Everyone reacts publicly now, desperate to defend their image constantly. But the most powerful people online rarely explain themselves to strangers endlessly. They understand attention itself is a form of psychological currency. Every emotional reaction spends energy and weakens your internal emotional position. Protecting your energy matters deeply, especially in emotionally manipulative environments. Not every accusation deserves a response, and not every opinion deserves emotional consideration. Some comments deserve silence, because silence communicates emotional independence clearly. You are not obligated to perform for every angry person you encounter. That realization feels liberating. Once your mind fully accepts it, you stop shrinking yourself socially just to avoid making others uncomfortable. You stop apologizing constantly for existing with confidence and boundaries. And strangely enough, people begin respecting your boundaries more, because boundaries enforced calmly feel stronger than boundaries enforced emotionally. Anyone can yell aggressively, but few people remain calm under pressure. Calmness under pressure signals power, especially in emotionally chaotic situations. That is why powerful individuals often appear emotionally detached publicly, not because they lack emotions, but because emotions no longer control them. They mastered emotional discipline internally before trying to influence the outside world. And that discipline becomes visible through silence, restraint, and controlled reactions. The world keeps testing you daily, searching for emotional openings constantly. Do not give every person access to your inner emotional world anymore. Some people deserve distance, not endless explanations and emotional labor. The moment you truly understand this, your presence becomes impossible to manipulate.